Okay, a very good morning to all of you online students and offline students too. Today we would just continue with the chapter that we started yesterday, and the title of the chapter is the address. If you look at the title of the chapter, it refers to what? The title refers to the address, house number 46, Marconi Street, and this address has a kind of an attachment for the narrator. And what kind of an attachment? Because all the belongings of her family, of her mother, they were stored safely there. According to her, they should have been stored safely. And initially she did not want to go to that place. Why did she not want to go to that place? Why did she not? We had discussed it yesterday. Why did she not want to visit that address? Yes, because it would bring back memories of her past, and she did not want to, because that connection was lost, because she had lost her mother, she had lost many of her family members. But then, when things started becoming normal after the liberation, she wanted to go there, she wanted to touch those things, she wanted to feel those things, she wanted to, remember them, she wanted to keep them, all the belongings of her mother, because she felt that those were the only things that could, you know, that she could keep as a memory of her mother. But when she went there, the first visit was in vain. It was totally useless. And because Mrs. Darling, who was the owner of that house, who lived there and who had taken all the belongings of her mother, she refused to recognize her because the lady feared that this girl had come to claim her belongings. So she did not want to give them back, and she was surprised, and she was surprised to see her because she had thought that nobody would survive after the torture at the concentration camps after the war. Nobody would survive, so she felt that nobody would come back. So she was surprised to see the narrator there, and then there was and then what happened? She was she moved to the station, and then again she was reminded of Mrs. Darling, how she would come to her place and how she had renewed her contact with her mother, how she had been coming regularly, how she had been taking all those valuable things of her mother, saying that she would just keep them safe in case they had to leave the house in a hurry because of the war. Okay, so but the moment she saw those things, when she went there the second time, and the daughter of Mrs. Darling let her in. The moment she saw those things there, she was, she felt repulsed. There was a feeling of repulsion. There was a feeling of oppression. There was a feeling of distress on seeing those things. Why? Because they were arranged in a very tasteless manner, and instead of being stored, those things were being used. And she did not feel like even having a look at those things. She was too scared, and she did not even dare to look around. And we've completed till this much, page number 13. Half of the page we've done, and we'll continue from the next part. And the daughter said, "My mother will be back soon. I've already made tea for her. Will you have a cup?" So she offered her a cup of tea. "Thank you." I looked up. The girl put cups ready on the table. She had a broad back just like her mother. She poured tea from a white pot. All it had was a gold border on a lid. This was the same teapot that they had. So they were using the teapot also. They were using each and everything that belonged to the narrator and her mother. I remembered. She opened a box and took some spoons out. "That's a nice box." I heard my own voice, because that box also was theirs. And it was a strange voice, as though each sound was different in this room. Even at that point of time, she felt even her own voice was, sounding very different. Her voice was different in the strange atmosphere she was in at that particular point of time. "Oh, you know about that?" She had turned round and brought me my tea. She laughed. "My mother says it is antique. We've got lots more." So all those antique things that belong to the narrator, that belong to her mother, that belong to her family, they had been now, they were being used by Mrs. Darling and her family you know, uh, instead of being stored, as she had said earlier. She pointed around the room. "See for yourself. Just look around yourself. You will find so many of the antique things." And although the narrator had no courage to look around, why? Because she knew it that all those things were hers. I had no need to follow her hand. I knew which things she meant. I just looked at the still life over the tea table. As a child, I had always fancied the apple on the pewter plate. There are artificial apples, that you keep for decoration. And she said, when I was a child, I always fancied it. I was very happy whenever I looked at that still life, the artificial life. We use it for everything. Once we even ate off the plates hanging. Look at, imagine those people ate of those antique plates. वो antique plates में जो decoration के लिए use होती है, वो कहती है कि हमने तो उसमें हम खाना भी खा लेते होते हैं. तो कहती है एक बार तो वहाँ पे जो plates टंगी हुई हैं antique plates, हमने तो उनमें डाल के खाना भी खा लिया. And I wanted to so much क्योंकि मुझे लगा this is what the 15-year-old girl said, ठीक है, of the daughter of Dolly. She says मुझे लगा कि बड़ा स्पेशल खाना होगा उसमें अगर खाएंगे तो, बट इट वॉजंट एनीथिंग स्पेशल. ठीक है, एंटीक प्लेट्स इसलिए नहीं यूज होती है ना खाना खाने के लिए. ठीक है, तो उसमें क्या स्पेशल लगना था, बट दे शी वांटेड टू एंड शी एट ऑफ दोज प्लेट्स. आई हैड फाउंड द बर्न मार्क ऑन द टी टेबल. द गर्ल लुक्ड क्वेश्चनिंगली एट मी. Yes, I said. You get so used to touching all these lovely things in the house, you hardly look at them anymore. You only notice when something is missing. Now, you see, when you go home, all the things are there. You go to your home, अब घर जाते हो, अब देखते हो अपने घर में इतना सामान है, कई चीज़ ऐसे जो नोटिस भी नहीं करते. When you start noticing those things, when something is missing, if something is not there, ठीक है, and or it has, because it has to be repaired or because you have lent it. For example, here they had lent it, but the girl doesn't know. She cannot make the head and tail out of what the narrator is saying. Again, I heard the unnatural sound of my own voice, and I went on. I remember my mother once asked me if I would help her polish the silver. It was a very long time ago, and I was probably bored that day, or perhaps I had to stay at home because I was ill. One time what happened, my mother asked me to polish the silver. So as she had never asked me before, so I was there at home that day, maybe because I was ill, or I just took off and I was feeling bored, and my mother asked me to help her polish the silver. I asked her which silver she meant. मुझे पता ही नहीं था. What was she talking about? And she replied, and she was surprised. My mother was surprised that it was the spoons, forks and knives. कि जो वो कटलरी थी उनकी बात कर रही थी, मुझे नहीं पता था. ठीक है, that they were silver, and that was the strange thing. I didn't know the cutlery we ate off every day was silver. तब तक मुझे पता ही नहीं था. And the girl laughed again. I bet you don't know it is either. I looked intently at her. What is looking intently at someone? Looking very carefully, very closely at someone. And she said, what we eat with? She asked, well, do you know? She hesitated. That means she also doesn't know about that. She walked to the sideboard and wanted to open a drawer. वो कहती मैं देखती हूँ. क्या अभी तक उसको भी नहीं पता था कि वो सिल्वर है. वो कहती मैं देखती हूँ, and then she just tried to open the drawer, and she says it is in here. I just jumped up. I was forgetting the time. I must catch my train. See, the entire purpose of the narrator visiting that address was to take back all those belongings. Now she has realized that they are of no use to her. They are of no value. They are worthless because they are being ill used here. The things which are meant to be preserved, they are being badly used. So what is the point of staying on and waiting for Mrs. Darling? So she says, I have to. She didn't feel like. That could be a question also for you. She didn't feel like. And I must catch my train. She had her hand on the drawer. Don't you want to wait for my mother? No, I must go. I walked to the door. The girl pulled the drawer open. I can find my own way. As I walked down the passage, I heard the jingling of spoons and forks that she must have seen. जो उस लड़की ने खोल के देखा होगा कि ये सिल्वर ही है. ठीक है? So she heard that, but the narrator had already left. At the corner of the road, I looked up at the nameplate. Marconi Street, it said. It had been at number 46. The address was absolutely correct. But now I did not want to remember it anymore. I wouldn't go back there because where were you people? Oh, because the objects, underline this, very important. The objects that are linked in your memory with the familiar life of former times instantly lose their value. When severed from them, you see them again in strange surroundings. Underline it, read it again, and explain it in your own words. Underline this line. This is very, very important line. The objects that are linked in your memory with the familiar life of former times instantly lose their value. When severed from them, you see them again in strange surroundings. What do you mean by this? Anybody from the class, online, offline students? What do you understand by this line? Anybody? Now, raise your hands. It's not that difficult. Read it again.
It's just that the things that belong to us, once they go far away from us and we see that they're not in the same situation as they were, or they lose their value in our lives.
Yes, they lose their value for us when they are the way the belongings, all the belongings of the narrator and her family, how they lost their value for her when she saw them in a different when she saw them in a different kind of a surroundings. Okay, and what should I have done with them in a small rented room where the shreds of blackout paper still hung about along the windows and no more than a handful of cutlery fitted in the narrow table drawer. वो कहती है मैं करती भी क्या उनका. I was living in a small rented room, किराए के मैं घर में रह रही थी, and still we had the remnants, the shreds of that blackout paper. जब वॉर था तब सारा हमने ब्लैकआउट किया हुआ था ना, चार्ट पेपर ब्लैक से कवर किया हुआ था. अभी तक उनके रेमनेंट्स, उनके श्रेड्स रहते थे. So what would I have done with it? And the kind of cutlery that I required, because I was the only one, I was the sole survivor. So I required only a handful of cutlery. What would I have done with them? The next line is also very important. I resolved. Why did she resolve to forget the address? And the next line, the last line, most important. Of all the things I had to forget, that would be the easiest. What would be the easiest? And which all things?
Forgetting about things and then wasn't that easy, but
Yes, forgetting about her mother wasn't easy. She had to, her whole life now was all about forgetting so many people. So she said that forgetting of all the things that I had to, it was all about forgetting. So of all the things that she had to forget, forgetting things was much more easier. It is difficult to forget your relations. It is difficult to forget people that you lose. But it is difficult. It is so easy to forget things because they are only materialistic things. Got it? So this is about the chapter. Let's move on to the questions part. Have you come back? Question number 1, page number 13. I need online students to respond now. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back. Does this statement give you some clue about the story? If it is giving you any hint about the story, what is it? Online students. Yes, Joy. Joy, bolo. So when she spoke this statement, I thought that no one had come back. This gives a clue about the selfishness of that lady who feels that nobody is going to survive. Yes, after
But
the
it can
war.
be like it is giving us a background of the wartime, like when
Of the wartime. Yes.
soldiers go for war, we can't expect that they will come back on.
Yes. So this is a kind of a hint that normally people don't expect uh, soldiers or people to come back after the war. The story is divided into pre-war and post-war times. What hardships do you think the girl underwent during these times? So you have to focus on both the times. Pre-war times, what were the hardships that she faced pre-war times, during the pre-war times, and post-war? Let's focus on pre-war times first.
enjoying the
We're talking about the hardships, Vanshika. What hardships she faced during the pre-war times? Yes, Mehak. Yes. So if we talk about the pre-war times, they were in constant dread of the Nazis. What happens after the war? The war खत्म हो जाता है उसके बाद क्या होता है? It is not only loss of life but loss of so many other things also. Loss of property, सिर्फ loss of life property नहीं होता और बहुत कुछ हो जाता है उसके साथ. वो क्या होता है सुमित? Yes, or
trauma.
yes, the trauma, the torture that is there in your minds. Boys, Please participate.
Start everything from scratch.
Yes, you have to start afresh. You know, the loss of livelihood also. So this all you can include. These all are the important points that you can include in your answer. So yes, very good, Kamalji. So he says during the pre-war times, this is the perfect answer. During the pre-war times, she had to face a lot of hardships. Just a minute. During the Yes, during the he says during the pre-war times she had to face a lot of hardships, and those hardships included hiding. They had to go in for hiding because of the atrocities done by the Nazis. And the girl must have thought about the little other children who were enjoying their lives who were non-Jewish. And then during the post-war times, and then also she had to, if you had read about, if you'd gone through that video that I'd sent you about an overview of the author and of the chapter, then how she had to abandon her place, how she had to give up her job as a journalist, and how she had to take up those lowly jobs like of a drawing teacher, just because of this. And during the post-war times, definitely she had to go a lot of hardship. She had lost so many of her family members, and then she was left all alone. Then when she wanted to take back all those belongings of her family, of her mother, she did not feel them because those things had lost their value, because they were being placed in a strange atmosphere, in a repulsive kind of a manner, and they were being ill used. How she resolved to move on, and how difficult it must have been for her. So this all you have to mention, and all you have to include in this answer. Next question says, why did the narrator of the story want to forget the address? Yes, why did she want to forget the address? Yes, Ananya. Loudly, Ananya.
Because the narrator at once thought that maybe all those things were containing memories of her family, of her mother. So she would take them with her and she would just feel them. Or maybe things have life advances, they think, because they have memories. But at second place, when she went to that address, because her mother told that it was only once. She wanted those things back. That is why she just remembered all those at the address. She went at their house and she found all those things misplaced and they were used so badly. And when she felt those things, she didn't feel all those memories back. She just thought that if she could take these things back, they have lost their value and there'll be no use of them now. So she just decided to forget that address and just forget all.
Yes, very good. So initially, she had a kind of a sentimental, a kind of an emotional attachment with all those things because they belong to her mother and her family. So she was curious to, have a look at them, to feel them, to touch them, and to get them back. But the moment first of all, when she went there, the first visit was in vain. She got a very cold reception there. She was not welcome at all. The lady even refused to recognize her in the first place, and she knew it very well that the lady was the same one, and because she was wearing her mother's green knitted cardigan, and she was using the things that she had taken away from her mother, saying that she would store them very safely. And then the second visit, when she was when she met the Mrs. Rawlings daughter, and she saw all those things, she was horrified to see those things again, the same thing, that how they were being how badly they were being used, and she felt shocked, and there was a feeling of repulsion in her, and she didn't want to get those things. She wanted to forget that address because those things had totally lost. They were worthless for her now. They had lost their value for her. Okay. Next is, the address is a story of human predicament that follows war. Comment. What are the consequences of war? We all know the consequences of war. So this chapter talks about them. You not only lose your near and dear ones, and you have to carry on. You have to go on with your life just like that. So the narrator we find here is she is also a victim of such hard times, of such hardships, and life was difficult for her, while the war was going on, and life had been much tougher for her after the war. Okay, so how we know very well how the Jews were sent to concentration camps, how they were tortured, and how very few of them survived, and she survived because she could run away. She managed to escape from there. Okay, so here you need to talk about war and the ill effects of war, and what happens to people after the war. and how she lost her mother, how she lost her family, and then when she wanted to, revive those links, when she wanted to, bring those things back, and but she felt that how those things, when they were being ill used, how those things would affect her life now very adversely if she could bring them back. So she decided on to move on in her life, and she made up her mind to give up that desire of getting those things back into her life. Okay, so this is all about this chapter, and we would be discussing one assignment that has been shared, and we would be discussing it tomorrow. Okay, one assignment based on multiple choice questions. So you have to do that assignment plus these 4 textbook questions in your registers. Okay.